Motivation. It's a hell of a thing. But there's some problems with it. That's what we're talking about today, Everyday KT number 240. Motivation, the downside, and how to address that. So, first off, what the hell is motivation? Motivation is when you are inspired and empowered to do something. It is that brief moment of gusto or bravado or whatever it is you want to call it that enables you to do more than you previously thought you could. You are enabled to go forward and do better, run faster, speak more eloquently in front of a group of people, ask that person out, sell that product, whatever that might be. You're motivated, you're driven, you have a goal, and you are after it. Well, the problem with motivation is it is temporary. It is very easy to become unmotivated, disenfranchised, to become unwilling to put in the effort that you've previously done to accomplish whatever that goal is. It is something that, well, it's the reason why people go to see all these motivational speakers again and again and again. It's kind of like a drug almost. You go, you get your fix of motivation, you get the high, which means you feel like you're Superman almost, you can do anything, so you go out and do it. But it wears off, and then you need more. So you go back, and it's the same cycle over and over again. So motivation in and of itself is very fleeting. There are certain cases where motivational factors are extremely significant and last a significant amount of time, but nonetheless, it's still temporary. So, first off, how does that apply to folks in kilts? Well, very simple. Wearing a kilt has very significant barriers to entry, as it were, to use business term. It's tough when you first start wearing a kilt, especially if you're in an area where kilt wearing is not the norm or even known. You become the object of lots of attention, of ridicule potentially, and who knows what else. Above and beyond that, you have questions. Always one, well, not always, but usually one of the top 3 or 4 questions by everybody. So you become motivated when you get that positive reinforcement. But when you get that negative reinforcement, or that criticism, you're quickly disenfranchised, like, oh, why the hell am I doing this? But then you realize, hey, wait a minute, that was cool, though. Yesterday, that random person thought it was awesome that I was wearing a kilt. And by me wearing my kilt, they actually felt better about themselves because they themselves have something funky going on. They're different. They're outside societal norms, or they just want to do their own thing or are afraid of expressing that. And by you wearing your kilt that day, you gave them a little bit of motivation to do so. And they felt better about it, and they felt better about themselves. So that is why we kilt wearers have to deal with motivation, and we struggle with it, because when you're beginning to wear a kilt, it is tough. I've had many discussions about this, and I've done several videos about how difficult it can be to begin wearing a kilt in an area where it is not the norm. So that's why it applies to us. Now, how do you fix this fleeting temporariness of motivation? Luckily, it's simple to theorize and create. It's very difficult to stick with, because with motivation and drugs, you get a little bit first time and it works, but as time goes on, you need more and more and more. And as whatever it is you're doing becomes more difficult, you need more and more motivation, more of a kick in the ass to get going. So the easiest way I have found to overcome this motivational gap, as it were, is a concrete goal, a significant, written, concrete goal. So, for instance, Kim is her goal and her motivation, she's been motivated to sing again. And her goal should be to go record a song or something. If you have that goal, and you nail it down somewhere, you put it up on the fridge, put it on the mirror, put it wherever, simply acknowledging that A, you have the motivation to start this project, B, you know that you can do it, and C, you know what the goal is, and you can visualize yourself completing that goal, that will motivate you because you know it's there. You just need to get off your ass and do it. So simply having the goal, is it write a book? Is it record a song and actually have it played somewhere? Is it get faster, lose weight, like Dave Crandall, stop smoking? Find a goal. That is, in itself, your motivation to actually get there. Now, if you become disenfranchised because you realize that your goal was a little too grandiose, saving the world, curing cancer, solving world hunger, big goals, very, very big for one person. So the simple thing is adjust the goal. While that goal may be concrete and written down, it is not permanent. If you know and have found a reason to understand that it is not attainable by yourself, or it is of such mass and of such significance that it's going to take you 30, 40 years to accomplish, okay, so that's your big goal. That they call it business the stretch goal. Well, set your short-term goal. Say, okay, say your goal is I'm going to stand on the stage and be in a professional bodybuilding competition. That's your stretch goal. You want to be on the stage. You didn't say win. You didn't say be the next Mr. Olympia. You just want to be up there and say, I competed in this event. Long-term goal. Right now, you're 80 pounds overweight and haven't touched a weight other than the one you walked past at Walmart saying, hey, I could do that one day. So, short-term goal. Adjust your weight. Adjust your diet. Adjust your physical activity regimen. Set yourself a goal. Say, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in the next 6 months. 20 pounds even. Something that you know you can do. Because if it's an attainable goal and you know you can do it, you just need to put in the time and effort, that will motivate you. It will motivate you to complete the goal because you know you can do it. Very simple and very difficult to stick with. Look at every Christmas, how many people buy physical fitness equipment? And it becomes a coat rack. I mean, there you go, right there. Point in case. What's on it? Did you notice? What's sitting on top of the treadmill? This is tartan. That's one of my kilts. So, that's what we're talking about. Motivation. You find your thing, set your goal, and the motivation will self-perpetuate itself. And if you get into a serious funk, you hit a plateau, you realize that there's no way in hell you can actually get it done because you don't have the internal motivation to do it, seek help. Find a friend. Ask me. I'll be more than willing to help figure out what I can do to help motivate you to get your goals accomplished and get there because I know you can do them. I know that you can accomplish that goal because you have the ability, you have the drive, you just lack the motivation. And outside of showing up at your house with a freshly shined black boot, I can help you out. So I'm going to let you go with that. We're not going to do a kiltology tonight because it's that important. You need the motivation. And if you feel motivated right now, good. Go start doing whatever that thing is. First thing in that process is to write it down. The goal, the end stage. You want to have finished a book. You want to record the song, stop smoking, lose weight, get the job, get the date, whatever those things are, write it down. Say, this is my goal. Put it up on the fridge. Every time you go in there for an ice cream or whatever, you'll see your goal and you'll be motivated. That is the way to succeed. And if you're one of those kilt wearers out there who's just starting and having a hard time, write it down. Say, comfortable wearing a kilt everywhere. Put it up on the fridge. And at the bottom you put PS. Message KT if you get stuck. That's all you got to do. That in itself should help. And there's that gotcha down at the bottom. It says, hey, I'm stuck. I'm in a rut. I don't know what to do. I'm going to talk to that guy. Because if you have support, somebody to fall back on, it's going to make life a lot easier. And with that, I'll let you go. Go out, have a good time, shenaniganize, do whatever it is you do tonight, and be strong. Put a kilt on.